Hey everybody, I wanted to hop on for this week's DIY and talk you guys through two recipes that I know you're gonna be needing for the next couple of months. The first one is a super effective, simple cough syrup that even the pickiest toddler or husband is sure to take without complaining. And then the second is a sore throat spray. Both of these are great recipes to have in your arsenal. You can make them with things found from your local grocery store or in your own cabinet. So let's chat through our cough syrup first. And our magic ingredient here is the pineapple. Now, I actually just grabbed this one today and it is on super sale at my local Sprouts. So bonus points that this is gonna cost you even less than normal because they're on sale right now. Why pineapple? Well, there was a peer-reviewed study done a few years back that showed that fresh pineapple juice is actually 5 times more effective than your over-the-counter cough syrup. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't really like the taste of those commercially available cough syrups, and I actually like pineapple. So what is it about pineapple that makes it so effective for a cough? Well, kind of the magic enzyme that pineapple has is called bromelain. Bromelain is amazing for a lot of things. You may have heard it talked about for digestion, for muscle soreness, but what makes it so great for a cough is not only is it very anti-inflammatory, but it also has mild pain relieving properties as well. So, our first and most important ingredient in this is pineapple. Now, you're going to want to juice the pineapple freshly because that's when that bromelain is going to be at its highest level. So if you have a juicer, you're gonna freshly juice the pineapple, core included, so it's not a wasteful recipe. Now, if you don't have a juicer, what can you do? So you wanna use a blender. You're gonna blend the pineapple up, and then you're gonna strain it through either a nut milk bag or what I like to use is just a cheap pair of nylons. So you're gonna strain it through those nylons, you're gonna squeeze all the juice out, and there's your first ingredient to our cough syrup. Now, this same study that showed pineapple was so effective against cough also showed that by adding a few other things into it, it's really effective at breaking up mucus in the lungs. So what I do for my little guy, he's the one with the cough right now, is I take this freshly juiced pineapple, which is delicious on its own, but I add it to the blender along with some raw honey, okay? So honey is one of those magic ingredients that makes it really effective against that kind of yucky mucus that just sits there. Now, I wasn't able to get local honey today. That would be even more beneficial, but this is organic, raw, unfiltered white honey, pesticide-free. So this is kind of the next best thing if you don't have access to local honey that you could get from your farmer's market or maybe a local store that carries it. So what I do is I put just a nice spoonful of the honey in with the pineapple juice, ice, blend it all together, and it's this delicious slushy. He thinks he's getting a fantastic treat, but it's actually helping with the cough and the mucus. Now, for adults, I do recommend adding a drop of ginger, a drop of black pepper before you blend it, and by that I mean the essential oils, because that's gonna give it even more fighting power. It's obviously gonna change the taste a little bit, so totally optional because I promise it's effective without those two additions. Okay, so moving from our cough syrup into our sore throat spray. Now you're gonna see one of the same ingredients here, and that's our raw honey. Again, honey is amazing. It's a great tool to keep in your cabinet to have on hand through kind of that season where we're dealing with more immunity challenges. So for this, we're gonna start with raw apple cider vinegar. So this again, so many things you guys can do with this. Hopefully you have it on hand. If not, go ahead and grab some. We're gonna start with 1 tablespoon of our raw apple cider vinegar, and we're going to mix in 1 teaspoon of this raw honey. So first things first, get those 2 ingredients mixed. It's gonna be the longest part of this entire process. So once those 2 are mixed, you're gonna go ahead and add it into a 4-ounce spray bottle. Wanna make sure it's glass because we are gonna be using essential oils here. So from there, we're gonna be adding in On Guard, 8 drops of On Guard essential oil, 8 drops of peppermint essential oil, 7 drops of lemon essential oil, and 1 drop of oregano. Okay, so again, our oils: On Guard, peppermint, lemon, oregano. You can absolutely leave oregano out. I know it's a little intense, especially if you're giving this spray to some of the younger ones. It's gonna work really well without that, but for those adults, when you need that extra fighting power, add that 1 drop of oregano in. So once you have that, we're gonna fill it all the way to the top with filtered water. Add the lid on and shake it up really well. Now, this spray is going to last you about 2 weeks stored in the refrigerator. Keeping it in the fridge is gonna make it last longer, plus that cold is extra soothing to the throat. So 2 weeks in the refrigerator, 3 to 4 days out of the refrigerator. So I recommend making up a batch, keeping it in the fridge, and then tossing it after 2 weeks, making up a new batch if you need it. So 2 recipes today, highly recommend you make them, have the ingredients on hand, super quick, super easy, super effective. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you guys all next week for DIY with me.